Hi, everyone. Welcome to the It's All for Love podcast. I'm Cheryl Mazza, the healing dancer, your host. This podcast is all about Michael Jackson and how he continues to spread love in our world and inspires us to live our best lives. Thank you so much for watching and or listening to this episode. But before we get to the episode, I have a few things that I want to tell you. If you are watching this podcast on YouTube, please make sure that you are subscribed to the YouTube channel and also like the video of the episode that you are watching. And I would also love it if you would leave us some comments about how much you loved the episode. If you are listening on any other podcast platform, if you are able to, please subscribe on that platform. And also, what would really help me is if you would leave a review on whatever podcast platform you are listening on. The reviews help the podcast to be more seen and to spread the word to other Michael Jackson fans about the podcast. And as always, I am looking for guests to be on the podcast. So if you would like to be a guest on this podcast and tell your Michael Jackson story, I would absolutely love to chat with you. Make sure to check out the show notes and find the link to click on to schedule a coffee chat with me, or you can email me. The email address is also in the show notes. Thank you again for listening and or watching It's All for Love. Hi, everyone. Welcome to the It's All for Love podcast. I'm Cheryl Mazza, the healing dancer, your host. And today we have Josh Barber from
Hello.
Essex, England. Hi, Josh. Thank you so much for
Hello.
being here.
You're
Josh,
welcome.
Josh is a singer, dancer, musician, photographer, events producer, and Michael Jackson tribute artist. I'm so excited to hear your story, Josh.
Yes.
Welcome, welcome.
Yeah, I do. I have many strings to my bow, as you as you've read out. Um,
Yes,
how do
yes.
I keep up with it all? No clue.
Well, I'm excited to talk about your Michael Jackson story, and then also we're definitely going to talk about your events.
Mhm.
So, let's start by tell me your story. When did Michael Jackson strike you in the heart?
Good question. Most fans know, oh, it was on this day, it was this time, blah 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 blah. For me, I don't really remember. I know what song I first heard, and I know where I heard it, which made me a fan. Um, so I can answer that if you'd like that.
Yeah, I'd love that.
Um, so the first song I heard was Man in the Mirror. Um, I don't know why it was that song, but I was in school, in an assembly. I think I was around eight, 8 to 10 years old, I think.
Mm.
Um, and they played it as we were leaving the assembly. I was like, "Who's this guy? This is a cool song." Um, and then I went home and probably did some research on who he was, what songs he sang, and just watch his videos over and over and over again, um, to really have a feeling of who he was, really.
Wow, nice. I love it. It's like to me that's like him coming to you and being like, "Hey, check me out."
Hmm. Yeah, yeah, quite literally. I think it was like that. Many things have happened like that.
Yeah. So those are what I call Michael Jackson synchronicities. So
Hmm.
tell me some other ones that have happened to you.
Oh, good question. They happen all the time, but I don't think they are like Michael moments. Sometimes it's I get opportunities to perform as him, even when I'm like, oh, I do this, this, and this, and then like a month later they'll be like, oh, can you come and perform as Michael? I'll be like, oh, okay. So them type of things mainly happen to me. Here's one of the main reasons I've got to where I am today. Just my first song that I actually sang was "Who's Loving You," which is very nice. I've been performing his music since 4 years old when I started. So
Wow.
that's he continually shows up in some way, shape, or form.
Yes. Yes. It's exciting, isn't it? Just makes you smile.
It does, it does.
So what are some other ways that he has inspired you throughout your life?
Um, Performing, that's a main one, but inspired me. That's a good question. I'm looking around my room, which you can't see, but I've got massive Michael posters on my walls. I've started doing events are based around him. I'm a mixing and mastering engineer, so I've researched who has worked for. So for example, Bruce Swidian, Dave Way, um, all these massive engineering people that have worked with him, and thankfully I've met a couple of them. Um, so I kind of want to follow in their footsteps of what they do, um, and who they've worked with. So that's another way he's inspired me through my life of what I do for work now, which
Wow.
is which is interesting.
That is really interesting. And I love that because it's something that you were inspired to do by him, but it's also something that you love
Hmm.
doing. So I
Yeah,
love to hear people doing things that they love to do.
I'm thankful to get up each day and go to a job that I actually enjoy,
That is
um, which is the main thing.
right.
If you don't like your job, sucks to be you, I guess.
Tell me about it, right? So you do the engineering, like you work with music now.
Yeah, I work with musicians. I do live bands. I do shows in theaters. I do a lot to do with the music industry.
Okay.
Um,
Well, I'm glad that you found something that
yeah,
lights you up. If you had to pick a favorite song, what's your favorite Michael Jackson song?
everybody asks me this one. Even when I go to the musical, I get photos done by lots of people. They're like, "Oh, come here for a photo. Come here for a photo," because I go in cosplay most of the time.
Yeah.
And they're like, "Oh, what's your favorite song?" And I'm like, "I don't know." They're all good. Well, some of the slow ones are a bit slow, but um, we skip them. I'll give you two. I'll
Okay.
give you a released song and an unreleased song. Um, and then if you don't know the unreleased song, go and listen to it because it's very good. A released song, I'm thinking off the top of my head now because there's about so many. I'll give you a slow song, which is Keep the Faith. I really like that one.
Yeah.
The choir section, the breakdown part, it's just, it slaps at the end.
Yeah.
It's a good song. It's a good song.
Memorable song. Yeah.
Upbeat song. I'm not gonna say the Holy Trinity, which is Beat It, Billie Jean and Thriller. No, not any of those. They're not my favorites. They just get played.
Yes.
Um, I'm gonna say Slave to the Rhythm. I know fans might be like, oh, not that song. Because it was released when he passed. I just like the live performance of it, to be honest. The entrance of the dancers, it creates the whole atmosphere of the song, really. And watching that video is quite cool. Um, but an unreleased song, my favorite at the moment is Chicago 1945, which is like the sequel to Smooth Criminal, really.
Hmm.
Because it goes Al Capone, Smooth Criminal, and then Chicago 1945. They all interlink somehow, apparently, of what I've heard. So that's my favorite unreleased song.
Okay. I think I've heard that song.
Yeah, it was leaked a while ago.
Okay.
I'm not sure who by, but it's on YouTube. Um,
It's called Chicago 1945.
yeah, yeah, it's a good song.
Yeah.
I
Look at
also like Faces as well. That's a good song.
what is it?
It's called Faces, and it's off the History recordings. Um, Chicago 1945 is off of the Thriller recordings. Well, Thriller slash Bad recordings. But
I'm gonna look it up.
yeah,
Yeah, there's definitely, I'm sure there's a lot of stuff that I haven't heard as far as unreleased.
yeah, there's
I haven't gone
so
back.
much going around.
Yeah,
Um, Sometimes I'm like, should I listen to it? Because it's,
I know.
it's
Yeah.
his not his work that he hasn't put out to the public.
Right.
But at the same time, his work was a master of genius,
Yeah.
really.
Even if it wasn't up to his standards,
Hmm.
it's
Yeah,
it's still interesting to hear things that he has done or music that he has done that wasn't up to his standards, but us as
yeah.
fans,
Like
we
I'd
love.
say, like the Michael album, Escape album. Obviously, the not the fake songs on the Michael album.
Right.
And Thriller 40. You have the original versions, or on the Michael album. No, sorry, Escape album. At least you have the original versions, and the Thriller 40 album where they have released demos, which is nice. And I feel the fans should get a chance to listen to them because he has so many songs that aren't even released to the public nor recorded that fans should either read the lyrics to or listen to.
Yeah, because and it gives you an insight, and even more insight into who he was as an artist and how
Hmm.
he did things. And I think that's, that's interesting to me, at least as a fan.
Yeah.
I love to see like the whole process
Hmm.
and to see his creative genius,
Yeah.
and even if it wasn't up to his standards, but it's just a glimpse into it, which
If you
is
get a chance to go to the in the studio with MJ, it's a very good experience.
the
Um,
industry. What?
in the studio with MJ,
Okay.
it's ran by, hold on, I don't get his name wrong. Brad Sundberg,
Okay.
who worked on a couple of his albums and basically gets a group of fans and shows us his music
Oh,
and the recording sessions, basically.
it's
It's quite cool.
in the studio, right? In the
Yeah.
studio with MJ. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Okay. And now I've heard of it. I did actually go to a session in LA,
Mm.
like a few years ago when I did my Michael Jackson vacation. It was both, it was him and who was the other guy? Was it Bruce or the other someone else?
It could have been Brad Boxer.
Yes, that's it.
Yes.
That's it. Yeah.
Yeah. The two Brads usually do it together
Congrats.
sometimes.
Yes. Yeah. So it's very interesting. I would love to go to another one for sure because I don't know anything about the music side of it,
Mhm.
So do you have a favorite short film?
I've got to think now. What ones what ones are there?
How many of them too?
Um Thriller is a masterpiece, but so is Ghosts.
Hmm.
I
Hmm.
prefer Ghosts over Thriller, which is, I mean, technology got better. Ghosts, I'd say, because it's him playing many different characters that you don't really see in other things anymore. You don't really see the main person playing different characters, um, apart from in sketch shows, really.
Yeah. Yeah. Okay. Let's talk about the different dance techniques that inspired Michael.
Okay, good question. You threw me off there. Um, you threw me off with that question. I was like, oh, how do I answer this one? Um, from what I've read, he loved ballet. Barishikov, all of them great ballet people. You have the Nicholas brothers. You have Fred Astaire, Bob Fosse. Um, all these greats. I mean, one of Michael's most famous quotes is "Study the greats and become greater," um, which is what I do too. I study the great, which is Michael, and he studied even more greater people,
Right.
um, which is interesting because of where he brought different dance techniques. So popping and locking, ballet, jazz, or street dance.
Yeah.
There's so many different things that go into one routine, really, and
Yeah.
it's amazing. I've watched videos of how he comes up with things, like the 1995 rehearsal for the music awards. Watching him do that and being like, no, 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 it's like this, it's like this. Um, and the Smooth Criminal rehearsals with oh, what's his name? His name's escaped from my head.
Vince.
Vincent Patterson, yeah. Just them two in front of a mirror going
Mhm.
over it and over it and over again. Um, it's it's amazing to watch his creativity.
Yeah.
But going back to your question, there's so many different um ones to choose from to talk about.
Yeah, no, I know. I mean, for me, Michael introduced me to dance
Hmm.
as a small girl, little child. I was like 5 years old. And my parents put me in ballet, to begin with, because of Michael Jackson, because they
Hmm.
saw me like watching his videos and dancing. And so then I did all of the dance, I did ballet, tap, jazz, hip hop, modern,
Hmm.
like I
Yeah.
did it all. And then I also realized like a lot of the influence in his dancing, like as I got older, I saw. And then I've even seen like I didn't know for so long, like when he, back during like the Jackson 5, the Jacksons, when they would do like the TV shows
Hmm.
and he would do tap dancing. I mean,
Yeah.
he's a freaking natural. Like I had
Hmm.
to train, like
Yeah, just watching him do that tap dance
what the hell? He
on
didn't
the
take
shows.
classes.
How can you just be a natural at that?
Right.
Even I struggle with that nowadays.
Yeah, yeah. But yeah, and then, learning about the greats like Bob Fosse and Baryshnikov and
Hmm.
you know, Fred Astaire. Fred Astaire was always my favorite. I loved watching him in movies
Hmm.
and like again, it wasn't until I was a lot older that I noticed like the influence. Like I just recently saw the Smooth Criminal influence with Fred
Hmm.
Astaire movie.
Yeah,
I'm like,
I
I
was
never
going to mention that.
freaking knew that that was influence.
Yeah, influence. I think it was copies. The
Yeah,
amount, like the
he copied.
costumes are
Yeah,
similar.
or like
Um,
Dangerous. He took like the beginning when he talks in Dangerous.
mhm.
He took that from like a clip of like I think a Fred Astaire movie.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I
I
have
didn't
to
realize that.
find it, but like yes, a friend of mine a couple years ago sent me the clip, and I was like, that's like almost the same thing that he says in Dangerous. So
That's interesting because I know that in the Dangerous performances, he uses so many different clips of different types of music. So Janet, um, Good, Bad, and Ugly,
mhm.
um, and all these other things that go into one thing. And I was like, damn.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. No, he's a genius. Yeah. What do you want the world to know about Michael Jackson?
That's a good question. What don't us fans want people to know?
Right.
Um, that didn't make sense, did it? I
We
knew
want
in my
to know
brain that,
everything. That's okay. We want
yeah.
to know everything.
Um, I'd say, well, firstly, he's innocent. That's the main thing because that gets brought up every day,
I know.
everywhere I go. It's just a hard battle, really.
Hmm.
But I won't talk much about that. Genius, someone that you probably won't find again.
Mm-mm.
Um, there'll never be. There's always like you've got your Chris Browns, your Ushers, your Madonnas. You've got all these people that aspire to be like him.
Hmm.
However hard they try, they won't be like the man.
Yeah.
Um, which is, to be honest, like living in the same world as him,
Hmm.
same time frame. Not much for me, but still same time frame is amazing. For I know a lot of fans that have met him, told me stories, and another thing is that how kind of a man he was, how he cared for his fans. I could go on and on. There's so many things that people should know. So much, so many things.
Yeah. Yeah. I think it's basically comes down to like just wanting, those that I guess are not fans or moonwalkers, whatever you want to call them, like we are, just knowing that he was so much more too than the artist, you know, so much more. He was
Hmm.
everything. Yeah.
Yeah, and I thought today, well, I mean, we're filming this on the 25th of June. I thought it's a very fitting day to talk about Michael and reminisce of who he was, what he did, and how, as fans, we appreciate what he's done for us.
Amen to that. How does Michael continue to spread love in your world?
That's a hard question to answer.
It is.
Um, I mean, I listen to his music daily. He's always around me. I mean, as I said, I've got posters in my room. I've frozen again. There we go. Um, I mean, I've got posters in my room. Um, I listen to his music. I have events. I go to events. I dance. I sing. There's so many ways that he is in my life, and I continue to spread love through him.
Mm.
Um, which is, I mean, there isn't going to be another person like that that can touch um people in that way, really. I don't know how to word that, but I knew in my brain
No,
how I
you did
wanted to
it.
word
You
that.
did it very well, beautifully. I want to know a little bit more about your events. So tell me,
Hmm.
what kind of events do you do? How can people
Um,
find you to know about these
yeah,
events?
of course. So tickets are on sale now for November. Yay! They released 5 days ago, so on the 20th, to mark history's anniversary. Our theme is around history this year, especially Earth Song. The date is on Earth Song released in 95, which is the 7th of November. Um, it is in Bar Soho, right opposite MJ the Musical. So that's a very good thing to have. Last year we had over 50 people come. Um, it's a party basically. We have 6 hours of non-stop Michael Jackson's Jackson 5 just playing. People can mingle and talk. People can dance. People can just sit and listen, buy drinks, eat food. It's I did it because fans need somewhere to go, either on his birthday, the day he passed, memorable events of his life. Fans need a place to meet up and do things. And I feel nowadays, like back in the day, I hear so many events went on when he was alive. Like fans would be just like, "Oh, this is on this weekend. Let's go." And nowadays, it's just like you've got convention, you've got in the studio, you've got lots of Michael tributes in England, and you don't really have many places for fans to meet up and meet other people. Um, so I created Michael Remembered, which is what my brand name is, um, for that exact reason.
Oh, I wish I was closer to you. I would come down.
Have to come in November. November's quite a long way away.
It is. I might be able to plan to get there.
But yeah,
Thank you for sharing. And, definitely look Josh up to if you're in the area or near there or plan to travel there.
yeah,
We
definitely
definitely
come.
need more Michael events
Yeah,
in all
definitely.
of our lives because it just makes life a lot more enjoyable
Hmm.
and
That
something to
is
look
true.
forward to, in
Yeah,
the crazy
indeed.
world we live in. So, yes. Well, thank you so much, Josh. Is there
You're
anything else
welcome.
that you would like to talk about?
It's just the fact that as fans, we need to get together and spread love and happiness, really, and commemorate the man that has died and gone too soon, really.
Yes, agreed. Thank you so much for
You're welcome.
talking with me. It is great to get to know you more and hear your story.
Yes, indeed. And your story as well. I've learned a lot about um, your upbringing with dance, and it's amazing.
Yes. Yeah. All for Michael.
Indeed.
It's all for love.
Yes, I was going to say that. Yes. LOVE,
Yes. LOVE.
the plane, and this is it.
All right, everyone. Thank you so much for listening to It's All for Love, and we will see you next time.